Earlier, things got a bit contentious at the dinner. We'll have more of that a bit later on. And of course, Miranda will be here with her preview of what we can expect tonight on Newsmax Prime. But at this very moment, Donald Trump is on the stump in Fletcher, North Carolina. The Tar Heel state, indeed one of the battleground states. Let's listen to what Mr. Trump has to say.
Another Bill and Hillary backed deal. We're living through the greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. Nobody's ever lost jobs like this. The deal that she made with South Korea was going to bring us 100,000 jobs. No, it's brought them 100,000 jobs. We've lost jobs. We don't win anymore. By the way, forget jobs. We don't win on anything anymore. We attack a city, Mosul. We attack Mosul. I've been reading about the attack for 4 months. The reason they want to attack it, a primary reason, is to take the leaders of ISIS out because that's where they think they are. And I say, whatever happened to a surprise attack? So I've been reading about Mosul and the attack, and I talked about it at the debate. Did everyone hear me talk about that during the debate? And I said to myself, how are you going to get these people? These are tough, smart people. What you do is you do a sneak attack or a surprise attack, right? Right? We're too predictable. We will attack Mosul in 3 months from now. We are going to get their leaders because we believe...
Donald Trump offering his thoughts on what is formally called strategic ambiguity. Not telling the enemy what you plan, but obviously, speaking of attacks, Mr. Trump in full attack mode on Mrs. Clinton. And since it is, what now, 18 days until the general election, let's bring in pollster John Zogby, senior partner at John Zogby Strategies, director at the Keenan Center for Entrepreneurship and Ethics at his alma mater, Lemoyne College, and author of the new book, We Are Many, We Are One. So, John, we heard about that new Politico Morning Consult poll. Miranda referenced it. 68% of Americans say they want the loser of the election to accept the results. Only 14% say the loser should challenge the outcome. I say, wait a minute, how are you defining that? Because there is still concern about voter fraud. There is still concern about what goes on. And quite frankly, you look at Politico, where one of their primary correspondents, Glenn Thrush, was handing all of his material to John Podesta for approval, admitting in emails he's a hack. So is this a straightforward poll?
Well, I'm sure the poll is straightforward, but if you break it down to Trump supporters, a majority of them, are with their candidate not automatically conceding the election. The thing is that let's just say that Donald Trump should have finessed the question. He handled it very poorly. He should have said, of course, I'll accept the results of the election once I've reviewed the results of the election, and I'm sure that everything was okay. Instead of leading with no, not necessarily, or let's wait and see. The simple reason is because to a great degree, he's not getting very good news coverage the last few weeks. And this is the sort of red meat that a press that really doesn't like him very much would jump on, and they did.
Well, from red meat to red states, blue states, swing states, and let's talk some about the swing states. Mr. Trump, as of today, still holding that critical state of Ohio by 1 point, but Mrs. Clinton, as it stands right now, is edging him out in Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida. What does this portend, John?
Nothing. It means that she is ahead today. In Pennsylvania, as much as 6 points. In North Carolina, as much as 1 or 2 points. That's today. I've been doing this a long, long time, JD, and these races go up and down and up and down. We still have 18 days to go. That means 18, maybe 36 news cycles as well. You see still a very passionate Donald Trump supporter. I see 3 credible polls that are out there that that show Donald Trump getting 85, 89% of Republican support, winning among whites, winning by double digits among men, leading in 2 of those polls, tied in another. Again, for the umpteenth time, it's way too early. We don't know who's going to vote. And remember, Brexit and Colombia,
And
where the polls were surprised.
We will do so. John Zogby, given the changing nature of the race, we will check in early and often with you in the days ahead. Early and often. It sounds like voting in Cook County, Chicago. Hey, thanks very much for the time, John. Today live
Thanks.
from Utica, New York.